Hey guys, Grant here from Rockworkx. We're down at the SoCal Overland Expo, the first one in LA from what I hear. Great that the sun's out. It was raining yesterday, so we just got set up this morning. So come down and check it out. We are showing off our T7 Multi-Tool. This is a multi-tool that fits into the hitch receiver of any vehicle. Basically, everything you see down here is included in this one unit. So you have a full-size shovel, you have an axe, which also converts into a hoe, so you can turn that sideways. You have a hammer, and of course you have your three-way extension bar. And then when it's not in use, slides into the hitch receiver of your vehicle, so you can use it as a step up. We've just come out with this new mount. So this is the Molly panel mount. So if you look up on Cole's turn off-road vehicle, he's actually got it mounted up on his new Molly panel system. So not only can it fit into the hitch receiver of any vehicle, it can also now go into Molly panel mounts. We also have tube mounts coming out. So basically this entire unit, the hammer unscrews. This is your mounting feature for the Molly panel mount as well as your hitch receiver. Inside of the unit, you now have your three-way extension tube. So these two, there's three of them in there, so you can extend this out. This screws in, and you can use your pin to lock it in tight. And also on the back of the hammer has multiple spanner options, but this little locking feature locks and unlocks this nut, so you can get it nice and tight so it doesn't rattle when you use it. If you loosen this nut, the screw comes apart, now turns into your shovel, right? Then you release the pin. Once you release the pin, this comes apart in the back of the unit. Now we've got your axe head that also acts as support when you're using this as a step. So then you just come in, push the two pins on the side. Now your axe comes out, right? So everything's steel and aluminum, so it's fairly lightweight when you're carrying it around, but very robust when you're using it. So back here we can show you how it's mounted on Turn 5 off-road on their system, their new Molly panel mount. So you've got the Molly panel mount here, and of course we have 1.5-inch hitch receiver locks, so you can lock this unit on so no one's going to run off with it. So that's that. We have our tire bag harness system. So what you do, these work for any off-road vehicles with tires anywhere from 32 up to, we've actually tested them on 42-inch units, on 42-inch tires. The idea is you put the harness on the tire. This guy lives on the tire, so you never have to take it off again. There's a setup that goes around the back of your tire carrier mount. Once it's on, it lives on. You can of course put tow straps, all kinds of things you can attach to the Molly system on the harness. And then the bag itself, right now we have the mesh bag. You can clip the bag on, so that way you can take the bag off when it's not in use and put it away. That way it doesn't degrade in the sun, because a lot of times any of the fabric bags will eventually degrade. Put your gear in there, tighten these straps. The mesh allows, say we use it to go to the beach, you got your wetsuits, you can throw your wetsuits in here, throw your trash bags in. The specific feature about this design is it actually has the straps that come over the top of the bag. And what happens with that is as soon as you tighten it, it tightens the bag to the tire. So it stops the trail vibration. So your bag's not going to flop around. There's a lot of bags on the market that the first thing they do is they tear up here because they're bouncing around, or they tear down here because everything hangs off of the vehicle. The whole premise behind this is we get everything up against the tire, stop that trail vibration. This is currently available. We have this in the mesh bag. We have a deluxe bag coming out, and we also have a 10-gallon water bladder coming, which is the same feature. And of course, because of the Molly system, it allows you to daisy chain these bags. So you can have the large bag on, you could have the water bladder underneath this, and then you could have this bag over the top. And then we can walk you over here. The thumb screws, this is kind of what we're known for. We do the thumb screws for the Jeep and Bronco hardtop. So this goes both for Jeep and Bronco. Have all these anodized color options. And we have our straps, our Molly panel systems that work both. These straps work both with our thumb screws and also with the tire harness that you just saw. So of course, here's that T7 that I told you about. So when it's in the hitch receiver of your vehicle, you can use it up as a step up. So if you have a truck or a Sprinter van or something like that, you need that extra step. One of our guys actually uses it for a his dog to get in and out of his Gladiator. So that's pretty handy, you have it there. And then obviously I'll show you, if we step in here, these are the thumb screws that we have. Like I say, we have them in packs for Jeep and Bronco. And then what that allows you to do is now we've got our gear strap. The gear straps, these are available in different lengths. They clip to the thumb screw, or if you're using a strap across the back, you can actually clip it down to this little feature that's built in here. You can actually clip it to that. And now what that allows you to do is mount your toolkits. Now your gear's not bouncing around on the back, right? So you can use any configuration. We have the shorter straps back here. So this is a shorter version. So say for example, you got a medical kit, something like that, that you don't want bouncing around, but you always want to know where it is, right? This gets it up and out of the way. Enough space to put all the rest of the gear down. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell. We're rockworkx.com, based in San Jose, California. Check us out, rockworkx.com.